Welcome everyone to this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. I'm Chaz, I'm your host, and welcome back. I'm glad you always come back each week to check out the YOGAmazing class. Now, let's get into this week's email, and it comes in from Kathy, and she says, Chaz, can you help me? I have rounded shoulders. Well, yes, yoga is a great practice to do to help with not only our posture, but our shoulders and our entire body. So Kathy, we're going to focus on our shoulders today because what happens, I'm guilty of this as well. I slouch as well. And what happens is when you start to slouch, your shoulders roll in, you start compressing here, then it starts affecting your whole body. Your breathing gets constricted, and then you're starting to deal with your back. Then it goes all the way down into your legs and your hamstrings. So posture and rounding of the shoulders can be very detrimental to your entire body. So we're going to focus on a series of poses that will be very beneficial. So like Kathy, if you have an idea, please send it to me, chaz@yogamazing.com. Of course, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're looking for past episodes, go to YOGAmazing.com, where you'll be able to check out YOGAmazing 24/7, which is the full HD streaming side of YOGAmazing with no advertising and none of this talking, and the YOGAmazing app for Android and for the iPhones. So remember, as we go through today's class, to breathe, relax, and have fun in this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. Okay, from here we're going to start out in child's pose. Always a great pose to start with in my yoga class because it helps you become focused and centered for the moment. So, open up your knees, drop it in, forehead to the floor, and just relax it in here. Taking the first few moments, just become focused on the breath. Big inhales, big exhales. And then slowly bring yourself up, and we're going to just sit back on our heels. Now, if this is too much, you can also just crisscross your legs and sit like this, sit Indian style. But for me, I want to do it this way, just because I get a little bit more work. I get some quad work here as well. And we're going to just do a series of poses here that are going to work on our shoulders, and we'll do a couple other ones as well in different positions. So all I want you to do is to take your elbows, and I want you to just reach back and grab your elbows like this. So, and that's all you're doing. Notice I'm just grabbing the elbows. Just pull it back. Deepen the breath. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Don't lounge, lean forward. Work on our posture. And then you're going to slowly release those. And now from here, we're going to do eagle arms. So you're going to take your arms out, crisscross, and then you're going to bend, twist, and then you're going to pull down. And you're going to feel the shoulder blades separating. Not separating in a bad way. I just mean you're going to feel that stretch. Good. I always tell people, this is the best pose you can do into the shoulder area. Real simple, but very, very effective. And you're going to release, and you're going to cross it over the other side, and again, pull it down. You're going to feel the separation of the shoulder blades. Just a good stretch. Deepen the breath. And you may be here. You know, your hands may not be together, but just do the best that you can, and find out where you can go with the pose. And then slowly release. Now from here, we're going to do a pose. I need to grab a belt. It's right here to my side. Now, if you don't have a belt, you can actually use a towel or something, whatever you've got close by. It could be, a small hand towel. It could be a towel, something that you can pull. It could be a shirt even. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do one called the cow face pose. And now you're going to do it like this, and you can grab your fingers if you want. I'm going to use a belt because right now my shoulder's real tight and it's real tender, so I don't want to overstretch it, but I can still stretch it even if I can't get into it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around, and if you notice, I'm pulling with my right, I'm pulling down with the left, and I'm rolling my heart open. As you see, my elbow's not pointing forward, it's pointing directly up, okay? So that's the concept. So pull and roll the heart open. Right elbow pointing up, left elbow pointing down as you pull. And slowly release. And we're just going to switch it out and go to the other side. Now, remember, you can do this with a belt or whatever else you've got, or if you're flexible enough, just grab your hands. That's fine too. Typically I would, but like I said, be aware of where your body is. Like, I know that this shoulder is tender, and last thing I want to do is re-injure it, because I did injure it, nothing major, but not from yoga, just from doing some other things. So I'm just listening to my body and getting the appropriate stretch the correct way. So remember, left elbow up, right elbow points down, and as you can see, I'm pulling up and I'm pulling down, and I'm rolling the heart open. So stay here and deepen the breath. Set your gaze. Keep your face soft. And release. From here, keep your belt or your towel, whatever you have close by, and just give your arms a nice little swing, crossing the arms over, just getting those shoulders opened up. Okay, now from here, grab your belt or your towel, whatever you got, and this time we're going to wrap our hands in it and we're going to take it up. Now you're going to try to pull the belt. You're going to try to pull the belt in both directions, okay? So you can feel that into your shoulder area. I'll turn this way so you can see. Okay. And then what I want you to do is, as you pull, I want you to pull down. And we're just going to pull it down like that. And take it up. That's one. We're going to do 4 of these. Hold it. Pull. Take it down. This is going to be 2. Take it back up. Take it down. This is 3. Remember, keep the tension on the rope. And this is 4. Take it back up. Now keep the tension there. We're going to do one slight move. Opening up the belt a little bit wider with my hands or whatever you got. Just inhale, and then I want you to take your arm to your ear so you get that stretch right there. Right there in the shoulders, you can feel it. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale to the other side. Keep the belt nice and tight. Back to the center. Inhale. And again, take it to the other side. Set your gaze, deepen the breath. Inhale to the center. And take it over. Back to the center. Inhale. And as you exhale, keep it tight. Keep pulling down, keep pulling down, keep pulling down, keep pulling down. Good. All the way down to the floor. Good. Now, from here, let's take our arm, just give them another big swing. Stretch it out. Okay, now, we're going to go into not a down dog. Pretty much I do a down dog in every class, but in this one we're going to do a variation of it. It's called the dolphin. So what we're going to do is just put our forearms down on the floor, and then you're going to take it up and back into like a down dog. So take it back, and now same thing here. Just get that nice stretch. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. If your heels are on the floor, it's no big deal. That just means what? That's right. Your heels don't touch the floor. Stay here and breathe. Drop to your knees. Go to child's pose. We're going to do one more of those. And then again, let's bring it right back up and take it back into dolphin pose. Breathe. And release. From here, I want you to lay down on your stomach and bring your thumbs to your chest, hands by your chest, elbows tucked in for a cobra. We're going to do 2 of these. So inhale, and as you exhale, lift up using your lower back. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Remember, your hands, I always tell people, your hands aren't pushing you in this form of cobra. Think of these as dinosaur hands. T-Rex, they're there, but they don't do much. So just use your hands to hold you, but don't push. And release it down, chin to the floor. Big inhale. And as you exhale, bringing it up. Shoulder blades down, neck long. Breath deep, soft gaze. And slowly release. And pushing it back into a child's pose for just a moment. And bringing it up to a kneeling position for a camel. Ustrasana again, 2 of these. So hands to the hips. Now there's going to be 2 variations. One is where you can keep the hands on the hips. The full version is where you put the hands on the heels. Now the one thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to do this. Okay, that's so wrong on so many levels. You want to make sure that you keep the hips forward, you roll the heart, so you get, like I would say, like a nice rounded part of the body. Now if you can't get in that position, keep the hands on the hips, or you can dig your toes into the floor and grab your heels. So I'm just going to keep mine that way, with my toes into the floor for today. So big inhale, and as you exhale, roll the heart. Now if you can, grab the heels. Keep the hips forward, deepen the breath. And release. Take it down to a child's pose for just a moment and bring it back up to sitting on the heels. Okay, that's 1. So now you know what you got to do. Hands on the hips, hands on the heels. This time I'm going to keep my heels flat, or keep your hands on your hips. It's neither right nor wrong. It's where you are with your body. Don't go beyond your needs or your body's needs, because that's where injury comes in, and that's what we don't want. Check ego, keep it at the door. Talk to it when you get done. So hands on the hips, big inhale. And as you exhale, roll the heart, drop it back, hips stay forward, relax the head, relax the breath, breathe. And release, bring it up, forehead touches, child's pose. Release, crisscross your legs. Let's sit on our backs. Sit on our backs. Where do you sit on your backs? Let's lay on our backs. And we're going to take it into a bridge pose. We're going to do 2 of these. One's going to be a half bridge to start with, and then a full bridge. So arms to your side, palms down. Big inhale. And as you exhale, lift the hips up, keep the knees forward, neck long. Don't let your legs splay or spread. And just breathe deep. And slowly release down, bring it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Now the next one is we're going to do a full one. So we're going to interlock our fingers, tuck our shoulder blades, and bring the hips up, neck long, knees forward. Don't let the legs splay or spread. Now if you can't do this version, do the hands by your side, palms down on the floor. Stay here and breathe. And slowly release. Bring it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Feet together, recline butterfly. And bring your legs together, one big hug, squeeze it in. And then stretch it out on the floor for Shavasana, the resting pose. Arms to your side, palms up. And this is time for you just to relax, surrender, let go. And just let the body, mind, and soul correct itself. Embracing the yoga practice that you just finished. Breathe and relax. Take the peace and the strength and share it. Namaste.